Hey guys, and welcome to game number 31 out of 100 of my Revenge of the Mack series against the AI-powered Scrabblebot BestBot. After a very strong start for us, BestBot has stormed back and evened the series at 15 games apiece through the first 30. We have lost the last 4, so definitely looking for a win today to end this slump. BestBot opening with dubbed for 28, not the most common opening play with 2Bs and 2Ds, but we'll see what we can do with it. Iraq has some good stuff, some bad stuff. EINS is all great. The extra EE and I, not so great. Feels like probably a small exchange, or I guess Dayin is probably worth it. Yeah, EIS, I think this is worth it for 12 points. It also gives me a nice S-hook right now. The problem with exchanging is like a lot of my bingos won't even play. There's nowhere right now to really end a lot of 7s ending in S. I guess ES words fit here, but after some overlaps, it could be tough to bingo. So I like keeping this board a little more open, since I do have tiles that lend themselves more towards bingoing than scoring, and I am at a slight deficit early on. So yeah, I think Dayin looks pretty good. Not the most fun way to start the game, but can't imagine there's going to be anything better than this. So let's go ahead and play that and hope to not draw too many more vowels. Interesting draw. Okay, I have Ditziest from the D, which is a bingo. It kind of misses all the big bonus squares, but it's still 70 points, so obviously I will play that gladly if it stays open. If it does not stay open, something like Biz over here for 34, keeping a nice lead of EISTT is an option, but it looks like Ditziest is going to stay open, thankfully. Just making sure there's no 9s. I must have like Zeitgeist or something like that. Nothing through an NE or RE. All right, Ditziest it is. Always nice to get the first bingo down, but our lead is not that large. Nice to see a blank, though. Okay, this is definitely what I needed here. Hopefully BestBot does not triple. Don't think I'm going to be bingoing. I could play something like fixed. Okay, Wifty for 54. That's a lot. And BestBot is up 30 despite me having the only bingo of the game so far. I could play fixed. I could play something like... Dang, I wish I could play like Fizz, and if I had another F, that would actually set up fixed here. I guess I still threaten fixed with a blank, although I'm not sure I'd want to use that. There are 2 M's left I could draw for mixed. It's not that likely to happen, but... I mean, this is also just not a bad play. It scores 30 points and gets rid of my duplicate I and my F, which is my clunkiest tile. So, like, it's just not a bad play, setup or not. It's probably better than fixed, right? I mean, it's the same score. This is going to bingo more often, but the board is also not that great for bingoing. Like, I don't hate keeping the X here. I mean, I have... Even if I don't bingo and if my setup doesn't materialize, I can always do this or something on my next turn. Like, the X is not really a bad tile here. Something like Axis scores a bit more. FP is a pretty toxic combination together, though, so I'm not too keen on that. Yeah, leaning towards Fizz right now over Fixed. Just think for another minute here. Probably not a whole minute, but some time. There's also Fixed here for 32, which isn't crazy. It does give back some counterplay, although it's kind of hard to overlap an I on the right, so I'm not too scared of that. But again, I think Fizz is just a little bit better here. I kind of like AIPX on this board over AIP, even with the blank. Normally with a blank, I tend to go more for bingos. But on this board, which is this sort of weird U-shape that's been created with dubbed Ditziest and Dayin, has made the top of the board actually shockingly annoying to access. So this board is pretty tight right now. Until someone like plays to this E, I feel like it's going to stay that way, and I certainly don't have anything there this turn. So I think I'm going to go with Fizz. Score 30, balance my rack, keep a very flexible rack that could turn into a bingo potentially, or a big score. Yeah, let's do it. Huh, I draw the J now too. That's not exactly what I wanted, I'll be honest, but I do at least have Jib. Might just do that. Still, keep that AIPX blank leave, score 28 points. The option does remain to burn a blank to play fixed or mixed. It's 56. It's probably not quite worth it. It's not crazy. Yeah, it's worth mentioning I also did have a draw if I pulled an R into Praxis over here. Obviously, I'm not going to burn a blank for that either, but that's a nice thing about Fizz and also probably just playing Jib on my next turn. But obviously, we'll see what BestBot does. Okay, that probably changes things. Out root for 20, blowing up the rack and the board. Now I probably play Zhao, because I'm not dying to leave that open. Too bad that the J is not an M for like Apo mixes for 212 or whatever that is. 221 actually. But yeah, I think Zhao, still keeping PIX, which is fine. I do like keeping the A, but Jib is 5 less and it leaves this open. That just cannot be smart. I feel like Zhao is kind of forced. There's nothing worth burning the blank for here that uses like both the J and the X or anything that I'm aware of. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play Zhao. Again, I'm still in good position here. It's basically a tie game. I have the X and the blank. I'm liking the way this is going so far. That looks like a good draw. I feel like I should have some bingos here. I have Salpinx with a blank N. I don't think it plays. Salpinx. That's a cool word. Phylaxis is an 8. Oh, it almost fits through this Y, but not quite. Even if I don't bingo, I mean, Pixis here is 46. That's pretty good. Keeping AL blank. I mean, that's got a valuation of close to 80. Okay, usages. So yeah, I mean, Pixis, like I said, is looking pretty good. I'm not burning a blank for Xylan. It's only 14 more. Pixis is also pretty good defensively. I mean, Xylan does set up my S nicely, but again, it's just not good enough for using a blank. It's a cool idea, though. Do I have anything to the T or the R? I'm going to say no, like explains, explants, or something. It's going to have to hit a double to be worth it anyway over Pixis. I mean, again, Pixis is 46 keeping AL blank. That's a valuation of like at least mid to high 70s anyway. So any bingo is going to have to score probably 80 to be even worth considering here. Close to that. I'm not even seeing a bingo at all. So yeah, unless I can come up with something in the next couple of seconds here, I think I just go ahead and play Pixis. Yeah, I'm just not... I mean, unless though, hold on. I mean, is this better? That might be better than Pixis. 41, but it keeps the S. Yeah, Pixis does burn the S. AL blank is nice, but PS blank is even better. That's got to be worth it for just 5 less, right? I mean, to play this. Yeah, I think this is the play. 41, keeping PS blank. I think this is the move. Yeah, this hits the T really well here as well. A lot of words ending in ST, EST, that kind of thing. Bunch of E's left. Yeah, let's do Axel. Glad I took an extra second there and didn't just rush Pixis and found that. This is definitely a better play. Okay, let's see. Feels like a rack where there should be a bingo. I don't see it immediately. Outspend. Okay, well, unposted fits. I'm not dying to play unposted through this E. It scores poorly and gives back a lot of counterplay. I'm definitely... Wait a minute, can I play like here? All right, this is definitely a rack that's going to warrant thinking for a little bit. Because unposted, well, if it's the only bingo I will probably play it, is not what I want to do. So this is one where you want to go through the alphabet. Like start with an A, okay. Pandurs doesn't fit. B, unlikely to work. But yeah, if I can bingo on the left here, even to this T or this R, it would be so much better. Upbounds? That's not a word, I don't think. All right, let me keep thinking here for a second. See. So yeah, E is pounders. That doesn't fit. Yeah, unposted outspend. Unposed. Pretty sure that's good, but it doesn't fit either. I. Dupions, unipods. Nothing with a T. I just don't see anything else. M, N? How about an O? Don't think there's an O word. P, Q, R. Nope. Yeah, I think unposted this might be the only playable bingo here. Or unpoised, but similar idea. Dang, roundups or something? No. Put downs almost with a W. Duopsony is an 8 with an O and a Y. It doesn't work. I'm not seeing it, guys. Dang. I really don't want to play unposted or unpoised. It feels so bad. But, like, if that's the only bingo, it's the only bingo. I almost have a soundproof to the OF. That would be wild. I need another letter. That's a 10. Now, that would be something. It's also, I mean, like, possibility of fitting something here, but I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, roundups. If IP were a word, I could play roundups, but no. Yeah, it just feels like there should be something better. But all right, I don't want to spend too much more time. I've spent over 2 minutes already. That's enough. Unpoised versus unposted doesn't really matter. I'll just play unposted for 66. And I draw pretty well here. Megastar to the R. Okay. Likely to stay open, I would think, with the openings on the right now. Age Mates, Agametes. No, not going to fit. All right, well, now. Okay. Almagest doesn't fit, so probably Agametes now. I mean, it's more points than Megastar, and it takes out a lot. Yeah, this is nice and defensive. Blocks the R on the left, blocks all this, most of the stuff on the right. Is it actually crazy to... Maybe I play it here, though. Take out the U. This might be better, guys. It's 2 less. I don't care about that too much. But yeah, I mean, that U line is kind of scary. No S's left, but yeah, 2 H's for... I mean, it can still overlap here, don't get me wrong. But at least this takes out some disaster scenarios and bingos. Yeah, 2 H's, 2 T's, 3 N's. I think this is actually a smart play. And then, there is still some space on the left now as a result, but I can play under the A and block a lot of that or above the A. Like, I'm less worried about that. I'm also going up like 100. I feel like a bingo here I can outrun. I just don't want like 100-point bingo on the right. So I think I'm going to sack 2 here. Agametes is the only one that fits in a way that obstructs the right. Age Mates doesn't work that way. So yeah, let's do this. I think this is the right move. All right. Like to see that. I don't love the 3 R's, but I do love the blank. Ornerier does not quite go down. Schnorrer with a S or an H. Probably not bingoing now. So I'll probably want to try to... As much as I don't love fishing when I have a lead, it's not like I can score. So I'll probably want to dispose of a few of these R's and then just go for a game-ending bingo. Like, I like not fishing when I have a lead because it's just very high variance. And when you have a lead, you generally want low variance. But when you have a rack like this, like if that's the only strength of your rack is fishing, you might as well. Although I'll probably go with something like error over here just to block a little on the left. Still keeps N blank. Hopefully that play is not an error. I guess I should just make sure I don't have a 7 here, right? I don't think I do. Yeah, it's just too many R's. An error ring, in case you are wondering, is not a word. Error is not a verb. Yeah, ordering. I have too many R's. Airborne with an extra R. Airborne. I don't think that's a word. Yeah, I'm feeling like there's no playable bingo here, but I guess it's possible the bot opens Ornery or something for me, so we'll see what it does. All right, it doesn't. It plays tough. Yeah, not thrilled to see that, but again, I'd rather that than a 40. I'd rather a 42-point play than a 100-point play. So that's part of why I played Agametes. I still think error is a decent idea. Leave 7 in the bag, which is probably good. If somehow the bot bingos, then I'm gonna be first in the 7v7 endgame. If I leave like 9 in the bag and the bot bingos, I could end up with a very awkward 2 in the bag situation, which is not really what I'm dying to have. So definitely leaning towards error right now. Blocks really doesn't open anything new. It's kind of hard to play above the AR too with the pool. Like a D doesn't fit there, an N doesn't fit there. So I kind of like this defensively. It's pretty tough with this pool to bingo to this T. Blocks the R, which is good. I guess it does give back terror potentially. But with 1 T left, I'm not that worried about it, I don't think. So I kind of like this idea. I wonder, is error here crazy? Yeah, I don't know if I want to give back the E and the R as floaters either. I think I'd rather give back the terror hook with just 1 T left. And I mean, it's easy now for me to just block on the left too, again. I think this is right. Just making sure that there's nothing else worth playing. I still think trying to play some defense here makes sense given the score. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. Again, hopefully it's not an error. I do draw the Q, but I should have... I knew that was possible with the blank. I mean, I should be able to play like Quiche or something, or Quench. So we'll see. Almost like Quicken or something. Yeah, I mean, Quench here is like 50, right? Yeah, it's 46. I might have to block bingos, though, so we'll see. I could see something like Quiche. That makes it almost impossible for the bot to bingo, but we'll see what it does. I guess I could potentially have to worry about plays through the K. Quince here, another option. This should block everything, actually. Yeah, if the bot, like, doesn't do anything proactive, I think I just play Quince for 50, burn the blank, and then, like, where is it bingoing? I mean, it can't bingo through the K. There's no S for Seago. It can't bingo through the Q. There's no U's left. I mean, it would have to bingo through this U with a T in the 5th spot. Like, it's not going to happen. So, we'll see what it does, but yeah, probably going to try to play something, burning the Q and the blank on the left, and just kind of coast to a victory. All right, Bob plays Blah, so yeah, still thinking Quince here, guys. I mean, I guess I should just consider, like, is there any way I lose after this? Yeah, again, it would have to be something specific through this U. And even that, honestly, wait, is that even enough? I mean, like, I don't even see anything that would fit there. Volunteer is not a word. But yeah, even if it bingos for like 80 there, I mean, I'm going up 106. I think I'll hold on, honestly. Yeah, even if it bingos for 80, I'm not going to have 26 on my rack. Yeah, I think this, even if somehow there's a freak 8-letter bingo I'm missing is a possibility, I think I'll still win by like 10. So, like, I don't think this ever loses. I mean, is it optimal for spread? It probably is. I mean, I'm not going to fish here because then if the bot bingos and I don't bingo back, there are maybe some possible issues. Like if I just drop this, if he plays like Tardive, that's 90. I could maybe get in some trouble with some specific racks. There's just no reason to even entertain that possibility. I'm playing Quince for 50 and sealing this game. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't have any bingos. I'm not going to get V stuck either. Even if I had gotten V stuck and like drawn all constants, I'm up way too much to possibly lose. And I don't even think I would have been V stuck. I could have played like Dev and Vis here. Yeah, I'm just winning. So yeah, gonna get a very big win today, guys. Much needed win after a brutal last couple of weeks, losing all the last four games. So I will be retaking the lead in the series, 16 and 15 after this one, which certainly feels good. Definitely a game I wanted to win badly. So yeah, happy about that. I certainly drew pretty well. I think Agametes was a good decision. I made a couple of good decisions this game. I hope I didn't miss anything with unposted or any other turns, but we'll see. In any case, we'll wait for BestBot to make its play here, finish out this endgame, and then do our analysis like usual. All right, and BestBot going with Inset. Okay, interesting play, keeping ROO. So, I mean, I'm sure it's going out, but I guess I probably just wanted to block Haven, right? Is that the idea? Plays like Had up here because that feels like a weak out in two, but okay. So I guess it has Rue and Joe. That's decent. So that might be what it's doing. Yeah, it has Rue and Joe. It's got like Rue on the right here too. So it's going out for a decent amount. Okay, fair enough. So, all right, what are we doing here? I could block. Oh, can I play hand or am I V stuck? No, I'm not V stuck because I have Revs and Vis. So I'm not V stuck if I do this. So that's 19, it gets, I think Rue over here is going to be optimal. Unless I'm... Oh, it has Ordo. Oh, that's what it's doing, guys. It has Ordo. Ah, very nice. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely not worth it for me to block that. Like, how do I even block that? Like, and or add? I'm not doing that. Okay, so it's just a matter of net. So hand is 19, minus 8 is 11. Plus 11, is that as good as I'm going to do? It might be. Hived, 12, right? Minus 4, yeah, 8. Okay, that's not as good. I think hand is the... Oh, wait, this better? Yeah, this is better. 26 minus 14 is 12. Okay, and it's still probably correct for it to just go out. So this is 1 better than... No, 3 better. Sorry, this is nut of 14. 26 minus 12. 3 better than hand. Probably as good as I'm going to do, I would believe. Yeah, I don't want to spend too much longer. Let's just go that and then do that. It's going to play out with Ordo. And there we go. All right, 421, 346. Nice 75-point win. Definitely drew some good stuff. Got both blanks, but let's see how we did in terms of playing. Wow, weird opener for the rack. Dubbed in a V. Yeah, I mean, don't love keeping the V, but what else are you going to do? It seems good. Oh, yeah, I didn't consider this, actually. I don't think I would do it. It does... I should have at least considered it, but it's pretty weak positionally. This doesn't even take an S. So it doesn't really give me that much to work with. And it gives back a lot of counterplay if it has a 6 to this triple or just overlaps with this E. I think Dayin is fine. It's a little worse on equity because the N is so strong. But yeah, I could also play I here. But again, I think Dayin just setting up the S-Hook is better positionally. I'm okay with that move. Nervy for 30. Yeah, blocking a bit. Keeps OY, which is decent. No reason to play Envoy here and take that chance. Nervy looks like a good play. Ditziest is automatic. Bot plays Wifty for 54. Bad leave, but 54 points is 54 points. Fizz looks good. Yeah, I was happy with this play. You know, like I said, I hit Praxis a bit. I maybe hit Mixed occasionally. Outroot, yuck. Horrible rack. Yeah, I mean, the shorter plays are just so uninspiring. I mean, this leave is, you know, if you get lucky, you'll bingo. If not, you're just stuck in one-pointer hell, as I like to say. Yeah, Outroot looks good. Zhao looks good. Usages. Yeah, instructive play here. I mean... kind of sucks to get rid of your S, but like it scores well, and what else are you gonna do, right? Sometimes even when the play with an S is not that appealing. It's not about how many points you get for the play, it's about how much better it is than the next best play. Ghetto is 17 less, and that's just too many to justify giving up for an S. So yeah, usages looks good. Wow, it actually still wants Pixes, huh? Equity-wise, it's close. I think Axel is fine. I mean, the S has a lot of value, especially if the bot tries to set up a hook or something. I'm okay with Axel. I would do that again. And the bot has my name plus AEE. It plays Saime for 36. Seems good. Okay. Nothing besides unpoised and unposted. That makes me feel better. I spent a little while here convincing myself there wasn't something better, so this looks good. I didn't even think about not bingoing, actually. That's, you know, guys, this is not as crazy as it looks, just because this does give back a really big threat. Giving up 38 is a lot. Usually when you pass up a bingo with a blank, it's more like 30 you're giving up. So 38's a bit, although PS in addition to the blank is really nice. I think it's close. I should have at least considered that. I probably would still bingo here, but yeah, it's an interesting idea. Kleagle for 24 over... Interesting. Yeah, leg-like, normally... Okay, so this makes sense. Normally the A is better than the I, but look at the pool. 4 A's left, just 1 I. So that's why it plays Kleagle. That makes sense. Yeah, and Kibla here. I guess it just feels like it needs to open the board up. It's down 50. There's this big scoring spot. It's probably going to be at a big disadvantage. That makes sense. And yeah, this was the position where I intentionally sacrificed 2. I was happy with this decision. Again, this scores 2 more, blocks the left a little bit, but this U is the biggest threat on the board right now, and this, again, prevents some disaster scenarios. I don't think the bot actually had anything that much better than Toph, but I couldn't have known that. Okay, error seems fine here. Yeah, there's just nothing else. Bob plays Blaw over Law. Yeah, okay, yeah, Law doesn't make sense, right? Yeah, blocking up there. Yeah, I guess it still figures, especially if it draws the blank. It could cause me some issues, especially does have that T for terror, right? So that's a nice hook for it. This play makes sense. It would be nice for the bot to try to open something else, but the problem is the board is pretty exhausted. Like, all of the space right now is kind of on this top left area of the board. And, you know, if you think about the bottom right, bottom left, like the whole bottom of the board, there's nowhere to possibly play bingo. Top right, there's really nowhere other than this K. Like, there's nothing new to open, which is, again, part of what I liked about error. Like, all of the real estate that's open for bingos is confined to one part of the board, which is going to mean it's harder for your opponent to do anything productive, and it's also a lot easier for you to shut everything down at once. So, yeah, I think this makes sense for the bot. Yeah, Quince just wins. This is fine. And then endgame looks optimal by both players. Okay, good stuff. Solid game there, you know, no like crazy fireworks or anything, but I think I made some good plays, a lot of sound decisions. Agamitsa I was especially happy with. I think that was a good 2-point sacrifice. Yeah, most importantly, just very happy to get a win back on the winning side of the series, 16-15. Hoping for another win on Wednesday to cement a solid week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all on Wednesday for Game 32. Have a good one. Bye-bye.